Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Yes, woo, yeah, woo. Still basically earning some money, going through some more bits and pieces. This looks like a nice big job. Let's do a big one. Everyone likes to do a big one. Wow, the state of this. I think it might have some bodywork to do. Notice how the inside of the door, absolutely perfect. Whereas the outside's been carefully rubbed in chocolate. Good. General engine control and repair. Lots of general bits. So let's see if it'll do any of the tests, because generally speaking you can't actually get it in the path test. Can't start engine. Oh. So we have to do the tests that we can in here. Doesn't have an audible. Blowing in the engine. That's right. Thanks for getting this to be manoeuvred. That's great. Oh, so we've got some deep engine issues. Let's try the electronic random number generator test. Still does have any of the electrical components are feeling grumpy today. Just the battery. Alright, let's put it back in normal vision mode. So battery. Let's get that out. Must certainly be an air filter issue. Oh, the air filter's alright. We'll have to take it all off anyway, I think, to get at the underneaths. And here we go. Drilling down into a engine. Oh, you have to take off the clips individually, do you? Oh, good old-fashioned distributors. Ah, the old days, etc. Alright. So we know we've got at least a piston and conrod issue, so we've got to get into the engine. Might as well do all this stuff. Rocker arm. What do I have to... Oh, I have to unscrew it. Not sure I've had to do this before. So these are... Do these... No. Ah, I was going to say, that's usually some push rods or something somewhere you need to take out. There we go. Alright, so that... Oh, and the sparkies. I hadn't noticed them at first. So now, that engine head should be ready to come off once we've removed the other things. Rod exhaust. So now the engine head should be removable. Alright. Okay, that's one of the pistons there, so we need to take the oil pan off to get at those. So that's half of the engine removed. So all this stuff on the front that we need to deal with as well. Just take the fan off first. Take it all off. What we got in here? Driving chain. How do you take that off? Yeah, like that. 60%, that's doing alright. Cam gear. Also doing alright. So that side of the engine seems okay. Alright, let's have a shifty on this side. I seem to vaguely remember there's two pistons with conrods that require coming out. So I could double check that. I don't know actually. Yeah, two pistons with conrods. We only saw one dodgy one on that side, so it means there has to be another dodgy one. Has to be on this side. Oops. Okay. And then we've got sparkies and push rods. Will come out quite easily. Engine manifold, and then this side of the engine should also come off. And then we need to raise the car up, remove the oil and oil pan. Oh, let's stick it on a lifter for funds. Right, so looking for the oil drain. There it is, almost directly underneath it. And oops. Bloop 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 bloop. Man, lots of oil. Right. Oh, is it still connected to me? No. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. So now I can remove the oil pan. And then see if there's anything underneath here which might be causing a problem. I have to remove them from above. So what is it I can move down here? Is the crank bearing doodads. These things, yeah. Bearing caps. Yeah, that's knackered. That looks knackered. Access under the suspension is a little bit irritating. That's all of those, is it? I think so. Alright, so now I can take out the Conroddy problems. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I think that was all of that. I didn't see anything else rusty in the engine. Not that that's a desperately good sign, to be honest. Let's just double check by lifting it up and having another gander. A reminder. Oh, I was going to say let's look at the list of things. Of course, you can't do that whilst the car's in motion. Grief, no, that would be, you know. Oh. Right, yeah, it all looks okay. I mean, you know, as far as the shit's going. Alright, so we can remove some of the other stuff we need to remove to get the drive shaft off so that we can get into the clutch area. Oh, there we go. There's various suspension-y bits to take off as well. I'll deal with those in a minute. So going back to the gearbox, which has for some reason I've come out of here. Whoop. So the gearbox itself needs replacing. 17%. The rest of it looks okay. Oh, actually maybe the flywheel looks a bit knackered underneath all this. Something brown in there lurks. Yeah. Let's state that flywheel. Okay, so oh, still a part not discovered there. I don't know what that is. And on there. Got all the gearbox issues though. So we've got some more engine running issues. Okay, so let's check the fuel pump. Oh no, not the fuel pump, fuel filter, whatever this is. What is the pump? 61%. I can go back in, because otherwise I'll forget all about it. Let's bring it back down, have another... Oh, actually, let's double check underneath. The crankshaft itself might be a problem. I don't know if I can remove the conrods from underneath. I might have to move them from above. Yeah, engine bay. Right, let's try it. Might as well take the rest of it off. I've taken the battery out. Oh, it could be the radiator. Let's try the radiator. It's 59%. And the cutoff is 51, so it's not that so let's remove the. Oh no, have I done? I'm in build mode. Not. There we go. Because the crankshaft itself is black, and it might be hard to show up the fact that it's knackered. Oh, and also there's the fuel. I can't get that from here. That's pretty much it though. So let's pop it back up in the air. Up, down, up, down. Your turbos for your breakfast. That helps you go up and down all day. So the camshaft at 20, crankshaft's at 23%. So that'll be the final part of. Oh, maybe I already knew. I think I already knew the crankshaft from my testing. Oh, that's a shame. Accessible from engine bay, but there's nothing else in here, is there? No. We take off the oil filter. 10%. That's filled up one of them. Yeah, there we go. So we've still got knocking noises from engine bay. What else could be making a noise? Oh, I suppose the steering rack could be making that noise. Or indeed the suspension, I guess. It's sort of in the engine bay. But I think I've got all the other engine-y bits, so now it's time to turn my attention to the suspension, wheels, etc. So let's remove the wheels and look at the suspension-y bits. So the steering rack has to come off and he doze out. Don't know about. They don't look great. They don't look terrible either. Can I examine them here? No. Okay, I'm going to vaguely hope that they're okay. Let's remove this wheel. I mean, I might not even need to remove the wheels. It's just a little bit easier to deal with suspension stuff. Right, that I want. Oh, this looks pretty nasty. I don't need to take anything else off. Take those off. 51%, that's fine. Oh, I need to take these off to get the steering rack out. Let's just check the steering rack was the noise. Yes. Steering rack? Doesn't say steering rack anywhere. And the steering rack's on that one. Oh, was it the oil filter on this one? Yeah, it was. So I'll discover both of those. Okay. So that's good. So now we're just looking for steering and suspension related issues. Doesn't look like anything in there is a problem. This might be. I forget what my limit is. It's 51%. So anything on 51% or below rather. So that is knackered. Okay, bushings seem fine. Okay. Oh no, that was a bushing that didn't seem fine. Where's that gone? Oh, you used to be able to just sort of click around and manoeuvre much more easily than you can. Although I have changed one of the settings, so it might be something to do with that. Where's it gone? Which bushing was it already? There, that one. Alright, then down the back of the vehicle. Drag ourselves down like this. I think we might need to take the rear wheels off. There's a nice close-up of the muddy, chocolatey textures. I forget to take the brake drums off to get any of this. Yeah, knuckle housing looks a bit dead. As does this U-bolt. Doesn't look desperately happy either. How do you? Oh yeah, the cap. Is that all of them? No. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's one. Shocking absorber. The rest of it doesn't look too bad. Check for bushings. No. Unless there's something inside this wheel. Let's have a look. Well, looks fine in here. Right. General running gear control and repair. Yeah, that's the only one we've got any issues with. So we can't. Oops. Can't check the little blue things because it doesn't have them until you know where they are. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but whatever. Let's try that, I guess. That's fine. Rubber bushings all look fine. I'll double check that. Right, let's go back down the front. Ah, there's a bit of that. I might set these brakes off to get them, whatever this is. Front wheel hub. Okay, one more part to go. Check the front hub on the other side as I haven't removed the brakes. Yeah, as you can see it there, look now. Right, good, finally, etc. Check, 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 check. Right, let's do some purchasing. So, engine, battery. I'll tell you what, let's bollocks about doing some fixing. Oh fuck that, I can't be asked. Let's do it afterwards, all the bits that are all left over. Crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing cap, yes. Exhaust manifold V8 of. Exhaust manifold V8 of. Intake manifold 1 carb. Intake manifold. Intake manifold 1 carb. Don't remember that. Oil filter V8 of. Piston recon rod times 2. Piston recon rod times 2. Power steering pump V8. Power steering pump V8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocker arms and 2 spark plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 spark plugs. A valve push rod and a water pump V8 of. Valve push rod and a water pump V8 of. Alright, and then a crankshaft V8 of. Crankshaft V8 of. Crankshaft bearing cap, 4 rocker arms. So I've already bought those, so I'm going to not buy those and hope that they're the ones that I've already bought. Steering rack for the steering. Remember your alphabet. Oh, I'm on engine, so that's not going to help. Steering rack. There we go. And then front shock absorber cap. Front shock absorber cap. Front spring times 2 and 2 front wheel hubs. Front wheel hub. Inner tie rod leaf spring U-bolt. Inner tie rod U-bolt. Okay. Rear axle knuckle housing B. Rear axle knuckle housing B. Rear axle knuckle housing B. Rear shock absorber B. Rear shock absorber cap. Rear spring, rear rubber bushing, rear spring, rubber bushing, and a spring cap. Alright. Oh, and also we need a flywheel and a gearbox VH of. Gearbox V8 of, or VHS. Alright, and oops, and now we can put it all back together again. Hibbledy dibbledy blob. So. To speed this process up, you could reverse the video and watch me take it all out. There we go, that'll probably work. Just pretend that the bits I'm putting in are new. Steering rack. Yeah, tie rod. Out of tie rod. Oh, rubber bushing. Don't feel those little bastards. Crankshaft. Flywheel. Clutch plate. Clutch pressure plate. A little release bearing. Fancy brand new gearbox. Containerer. Whatever you might call that. Okay, can't start a motor on. Crankshaft's quite useful, or drive shaft rather. Right, so continuing with the suspension on the front, inner tie rod, outer tie rod, bolty. A calcium nut. Oh, there we go. Oil filter. Right, oh yeah. The hub cap thingamajig, and then we can put the wheel back on. Cool, alright, so let's go down the back end, get down the rear end, all the fancy new bits on. Or in this case the fancy old bits, because they're just as shit as they used to be. Okay. Guess we can put the wheel on. Shock absorber, yeah. So okay, leaf spring U-bolt. Okay, I think we're done on this patch. Yeah, on the brake system, as crap as it was, still fine. Whoops. Okay, so without, there's going to be a rubber bushing missing or something, but that's probably most of that done. Most. Front shock absorber cap and something else. Front shock absorber cap. Was there a front spring needed? No, so that's all of those. Yes. Zero running paint, yes. Okay, so an engine, yeah, I've got to do the engine still. A lot of engine work. Right, so can we do this from underneath? No, but we can put the bearing caps on. Bearing cap. Bearing cap. Ah, that's the bit we found out we haven't bought all the bearing caps. There we go. So, bearing caps. Crankshaft bearing caps. I assume that's all of them. Right, so now we have to look at it from above. Whoop. Push in the conrods from above. buy maybe, unless we've got enough of these old dodgy ones. Oh yeah. Alright, and then the engine starts going back together looking like a real car. I want to grow up old to be a real car. Yes, of course you do. And exhaust manifold. Alternator. Bolt that on. Sparkles. Engine head number 2. Twin-headed engine. Power steering pump. Exhaust manifold. Nice and new. Or was this the old one? I can't remember. Well, one of them had a nice new one anyway. So that's okay. Nice new intake manifold. How about that? Nice new breathing hole for the engine. Ignition distributor, ignition rotor, distributor cap. Oh, it has to be fixed on with stupid clips. Carburetor. And then the breathy lung bit. Okay, that's that all done. Right, so the engine needs its sparkles. And a billion push rods. Let's get a bit closer. Where are they? There they are. Push rod. Push rod. Push rod. Push rod. Push rod. Ho ho ba ho ho ba ho ho ba ho. Right, and then a bunch of screw-on things to make them slightly more awkward. Little rocker arms, banging up and down. Now what's left? Ignition wires. Okay, oh, and then the head cover on this side is complete. So what have we not done here? We've done the spark plug, so it's the valve rods and the rocker doodads. Just good enough for this engine. 52%. And did I not? Oh, I might need to buy some of these. There's something else that I didn't buy, so I thought I bought them already. And I think it's going to be rocker arms. I'm not sure if 51% is good enough. Rocker arms. Just called rocker arms. I don't really check. Rocker arms, yeah. Let's have 3 of them. Let's take that one out. Put a nice fresh one in. I'm only doing that because it's on 51% and I'm not quite sure the 51% is the minimum or the number it can't be because of the cut-off. Oh, can't look at it now. The threshold, as I've been calling it, is 51%, so I'll put something on 51%, it might be a problem. 51%. So by avoiding that, I avoid that issue. There's the battery. It's on the front. Let's have a better view of the front, please. There we go. Fuel filter. Timing chain. Timing cover. I don't think this actually needs to come off in the end. It's a big water pump. Oh yeah, and the belts, and a great big fan. Okay, now that's looking good. Green, 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 green. So fixing body parts. So the one thing I haven't done yet is put the oil pan on and put some oil in. So let's do that before we finish with the engine, otherwise I will forget. I will forget. There we go. Scoopy, scoopy, scoop. Well, bolty, bolty, bolt. Alright, and then some oil. Do the oil dance that we all know so well. Pour the oil till it bucks slightly, give it another second or two. And that should be parfait, as they say. Double check, finding out it's right in the middle. Good, right, now, remind myself of the other jobs. Body parts, front left door, front left fender. Right fender, right door, yep. Whoops, no, don't need that yet. Hood, rear bumper. So, hood. Rear bumper. And remind ourselves what it is. It's a bolt reptilia. And then we have to look at the parts of a bolt reptilia. Excuse me. So it's a left door, left fender, right door, right fender, hood, rear bumper. I like the fact the bumper's got the reflection of the hazard tape on it here as well. Presumably that's where it was taken a picture of. Right, and then replace. Oh yeah, front right door. Okay, and that should be all of them. Then we have to paint it, one assumes. Yes, so let's move it to the shop to paint. Apparently it wants wheels for this. God, Jesus, some people are so picky. Alright, happy now? Happy now? Right, let's go paint. Let's go painting. I assume I have to paint it the factory colour, the choice of which is this colour. And that, my friends, and also people who aren't, is how you do that. Yeah, so there we go. Wrong button. All the greens, put the oil in, 13 grand. Big job, big money. Got enough money to go to the auction house with next time if we want to. And then maybe it's time to start doing out some of our auction buys. Who knows? Until then, au revoir, arrivederci, and goodbye.